Let's talk about ways to reduce social media clutter. Hi, my name's Rachel. I do videos about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year. And today we're going to talk about social media clutter and how we can reduce our interactions with social media and the clutter that becomes associated with it with 5 easy steps. Straightforward one, first of all, is reduce any apps that you don't like or don't use. You need to think about which social media apps you like to use and which ones you don't. If they're not making you happy or if you're not getting much use out of it, do you really need to keep it? Can you delete the account and delete the app? This is going to free up some time. It will allow you to focus in on the things that you do like so you can spend more time in the right areas in the right way. It'll also free up some time away from your phone because it's one less app to be looking at. So think about which ones that you really like to use and get rid of any that you don't. My second tip is to decide your purpose for each social media app. So, for example, I have Instagram purely as what it was intended for, which is pictures and aesthetically pleasing pictures. So I only keep and follow people on there that really kind of meet that requirement. So I only follow people that provide motivation, they provide nice aesthetics on things that I'm interested in, like home design, etc. That's kind of where I use Instagram. For Facebook, I tend to use that to follow friends and family rather than having that on my Instagram because more people are on there. So that's my primary focus on there. I don't tend to join many groups or many kind of pages within that. I just like to keep it quite simple. And then TikTok, I try and use that as like a community base where I follow lots of like musicians that I like and just interesting people so that I can build and feel that sense of community. So I use the apps for very different things. So make sure that the apps that you're keeping have a clear purpose so that you're not kind of duplicating what you see on all of the different apps, which is going to then take up more time than you need on the apps when you're scrolling through. My next tip is to unsubscribe or unfollow. This goes for anybody that is not making you feel good, not making you happy, if it's not meeting your kind of like purpose for the app. Unfollow or unsubscribe from anybody that is making you feel uncomfortable, that you don't like anymore, or that is just not working for you. Make sure that you're going through them regularly and just keeping your page relevant to the things that are most important to you. Within that, you can also choose to mute different things, like within Instagram you can mute the stories or the posts or one or the other, so you don't have to see all of the stories that come up. You could just have it so that you see just the posts, so that it frees up when you're looking through the stories and only seeing the things that you want. So be selective about what you follow and what you can then unfollow if you're not enjoying it. Tip number 4 is to turn off all notifications. So I have all of the notifications turned off on all of my apps. They only show the notifications when I click within the app. So when I go into the app, then the notifications show, which is exactly how I want it. It gives me a sense of control and I can choose when I am engaging with the app rather than the app telling me that I need to go in it all of the time and kind of creating that urgency to look at the notifications. I want that sense of control and that sense of purpose and that intentionality when it comes to social media. So turning off notifications stops that excess noise clutter that might be happening, and it reduces your phone having lots of notifications and things coming up, which can then calm things down for you. And my final tip is to set a time limit or reduce the amount of time that you are spending on social media. It can be so easy to sit there for hours just scrolling through on an app and you kind of feel like you've done nothing within that hour. You've wasted that time and not really achieved anything. And if you're getting to that point, that means you are spending too much time on social media and it's time to reduce it down. It could be that you reduce down the number of apps that you have, and that's your way of reducing down, or it could be that you set yourself time limits. You're only allowed to scroll for a couple of minutes, then you have to put it down because there's nothing of relevance. Find a way that can help you to reduce down your social media usage that suits you, It could be that you are only allowed to look at it once in the morning, once in the evening. You decide what works for you and how you can reduce your usage to suit yourself. Because how many times have you been somewhere in a social environment where everybody has been sat on their phones and not actually engaging in conversation with one another? You want to try and find more moments where you can be in the present, be in the moment, and actually have those conversations together, face to face, and with that engagement that you're probably seeking for in that scrolling time that you're doing. You're seeking for that buzz, that entertainment. You're going to get that from those interactions with people in front of you. So make more time for that. So there are 5 things that you can do to reduce social media clutter within your phone or devices so that you can free up some really valuable time and some moments where you can be a bit more present. I shall be back for more videos on decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year. Take care. Bye.